Well, a similar situation for South Africa as far as the number of runs are concerned, but it is a run chase. Key batsmen have been dismissed, and the Indian bowlers appear to be well in charge. And the question is, do South Africa have the equivalent of a Hardik Pandya and a Dinesh Karthik? On paper, Miller Van der Dussen and David Miller seem to fit that role. The question is, can they? Will they? 58 for 3 in 10 overs. Cricbuzz Comm Box. I'm Gautam Bhimani in the company of Joy Bhattacharjya. That's the big question, Joy. The personnel are there. On paper, it looks very gettable because of the like-for-like comparisons at the 10-over mark. But you'd have to say India just seemed to look in charge to take it to Bengaluru 2-all.
I think so too. And the other thing you'll have to consider is that, will Bavuma return to bat? Because then if he doesn't and he's not in the condition to bat, then it's effectively 4 wickets already. And if you look down that order, right, I mean, I felt that Wayne Parnell is probably at this point in his career a better batsman than Marco Jansen is. So what do you have left? You have Marco Jansen left, you have Keshav Maharaj left. So it's these two. They need to do it. The running needs to be made by these two. And that's the big pressure out here. You're absolutely right. I mean, David Miller has been in sublime form. They're eminently capable of doing it, but it has to be done by these guys.
Yeah, well, remember, if you take us back to what happened at the Firozshah Kotla in Delhi, or even the second game, South Africa really didn't look in the game at the 10-over mark. And both times, overs 11 to 20 produced some magic. Miller was involved. Van der Dussen was involved when he looked like he couldn't bat at all. And of course, then came Henrik Klassen. Klassen is gone, but the other two are there. It's all going to be up to these two. It's not much batting to come unless, as Joy said, Bavuma comes back. Let's focus on the bowling, Joy. Zahir Khan was adamant that they're not going to have any playing games with Akshar Patel and Yuzi Chahal in the power play. He was dead right. The moment you see Hardik Pandya opening the bowling, you know that that's going to be Formula A and not Formula B.
Absolutely. And I think he was absolutely right. Very interesting thing is, this is a dangerous pitch. You saw one ball stay absolutely low right in the first over for Bhuvi. And then one ball flew up and hit Bavuma. And so what is happening is the bowlers there, I think the instructions are clear. Bowl at the stumps. Okay. Let the ball do what it has to, because the batsmen are not sure what the ball's going to do. And what it also means is that I think somebody like a Miller or a Klassen or a Van der Dussen will take more risks, because you can't play yourself into this pitch. It'll produce one crazy delivery at any point in time. So the point is, when you have deliveries to hit them, I would say the advantage is with India, not just because of that extra batsman, but because this pitch is getting increasingly more unpredictable.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you have one more look at India's bowling, what does South Africa have to contend with from this point on? Harshal Patel is the second half specialist. He's bowling over number 11. So he's bowling his second. Chahal has 2 more. Akshar has 2 more. And of course, he can pick between Bhuvaneshwar, Hardik and Avesh. So he's got a luxury of resources in front of him, does Rishabh Pant. And I think that's going to be the thing that comes to the fore.
Yeah, he has the bowling. I really don't think that Hardik will need to bowl very much. And have you done the commentator's curse?
We certainly have. It's David Miller, whose stumps have gone for a little walk down the streets of Rajkot, and Harshal Patel is the man who does it yet again. He's the man at this stage of the innings. We've seen him do it so often in the IPL. Maybe for a game and a half, he looked to have had an off day or two, but he's back and how.
Absolutely. And I think that's the thing with Harshal, that he knows that's his job. In fact, bowling that first 6 that they gave him an over, he's really comes into his own from overs 11 to 20. This kind of pitch for a bowler who has a lot of control, it's a terrific pitch to bowl on, because you don't need to have express speed. You don't need to have anything. The major variations are being provided by the pitch. And he knows that the batsman has an edge because they don't know how the balls are going to behave. So a smart bowler knows exactly how to behave. See the number of bowls you're getting, things that are going through the batsman, and that's a sign that this pitch is not easy to bat on at all, and it's getting worse. That's the point.
Yeah, it really looks like the percentages are more and more in favor of India for it to become 2-all. Miller was the key factor when Van der Dussen was playing at the other end, when Klassen was playing at the other end. Now they'll have to do it, if they do it, without David Miller. He's already got out twice in 2022, and now all that jinx is over. So clearly, the verdict from Cricbuzz Comm Box is advantage India after Miller's dismissal, even more so advantage India. A big question, will Bavuma bat? At the moment, he hasn't come in. It's tall Marco Jansen, who's joined Rassie Van der Dussen. He doesn't look in good shape. It's all padded up and plastered up at the moment as far as Bavuma is concerned. That's all we have on Cricbuzz Comm Box. We'll come back at the end to assess what looks for all money to be 2-all going to Bangalore.